Happy Thursday, everybody. Hi, Dara. Good morning. How's everybody feeling today? I'm still drinking coffee. I feel like I'm slowly waking up today. It's like gloomy and rainy today, so I'm feeling like it feels so early, even though it's, almost 10 o'clock already. This is going to be 55 minutes because I'm going to give myself like 5 minutes to quickly switch over. I'm doing a 30-minute express also, so if anybody wants to do like a solid hour and a half, I will switch it up. So there will be like a lot of different moves between the two of them. I had some really great responses to ball substitutions. Why is my mom on here? She's in Hawaii. It's like 6 hours back. Mom, go to sleep. But ball substitutions, the toilet paper roll, I tried it out and it's pretty amazing, I have to say. I also had somebody say a neck pillow, like for like the airplanes, like that, you can kind of tie it up into a little ball, works great. What were some of the other ones? Pillow, obviously, which is one of the recommendations I had. What else was there? I feel like there were so many and now I'm blanking on all of them. Oh, a lot of people said like if you do like a sweater and you like roll it up in a ball and like tie the long sleeves together, that works nicely too as like a little bit of cushion there. All the things. I did link an extra ball that will deliver a little bit quicker. It's a little bit more expensive. I haven't tried this one out, but it looks like size-wise looks really good, and quality. And I don't know. How's everybody feeling today? I'm feeling good. I needed like a good foam roll after yesterday's express class, but we're ready to go. Okay. Last little sip here. Okay, so we're gonna start standing. Let's take your prop between your ankles. So I'm gonna go to slight angle. You're gonna be slightly rotating your toes outward. So we don't wanna make it too big because we are gonna be bending and I don't want you to kind of open up your hips too wide first. You're gonna kind of take it just like slightly, go from parallel to a slight rotation here. Squeeze the inner thighs, stack up out of the abdominals here. You're just gonna reach your hands up to the ceiling. So you're lifting up through the abdominals and then just start to drop your hands down. You're gonna take your hands behind you and then you're gonna bend your knees slightly and you're gonna pull your hips back. So you're gonna reach your hips backwards through here, reaching out of your fingertips and then pressing it up. So you're gonna reach it here, bending the knees and then press it up. So your hips go slightly backwards over your heels. And you're connecting to the glutes and low abdominals. Start to pull your arms in. Try to ground your feet really nicely here. If you have no prop, don't worry about it. You can also squeeze your heels together or keep them slightly separate and envision yourself with a prop. That's always a good thing too, to feel like there's something there when there isn't. That works wonders. And then press it back. And let's do one more. You're going to keep your knees bent through here. So you're at a slight diagonal backward. Just start to take your hands behind you. Reach your hands in front. So we're just starting to build some heat here. Massage through your shoulders. Take the arms back and forward. So if you do have a prop, make sure you're just doing a little squeeze there, connecting from the pelvic floor, inner thighs. Just start to move your body. And then last one, you're going to hold your hands back. Just start to do tiny pulses up. So tiny pulses here, keeping the core in, shoulders are back. You're just trying to press up through your palms, but you're really kind of pressing up through your triceps there. Good. Keep the abs in. It's like a nice hip wake up in the morning. Keep your hands up through here. Start to bend the elbows. You're going to press your hands back, bend, press it back. Really nice. So tiny presses back. Neck is lengthening out. Activating the triceps here. Your inner thighs should be working. Glutes, abdominals. And let's do two more. And one more. You're going to reach it back. You're going to take your hands all the way up, zipping through the inner thighs. And then you're going to take it back again. You're going to go here. You're going to press through your legs, lifting up out of the abdominals. Bend your knees as you hinge backwards. Take your hands back. And you're going to lift it up. And then drop it back. And let's do two more here. 1 more. and then back. And then you're gonna lift it all the way up, do one nice arm circle, and then we're gonna grab onto the ball and take the ball between your knees. Let's take it slightly above your knees, and then you're gonna turn your feet into parallel. Just start by reaching up through the abdominals. Feel the inner thigh connection, lifting all the way up through the core here. You're gonna take your arms backwards behind you, and you're gonna start to bend your knees, pulling your hips back, and your weight is on your heels as you start to press your hands up. So you're hinging back slightly, keeping the abdominals in, and press it up. So try to turn off the quads by really shifting your hips backwards so your hips don't stay directly over your heels. You're pulling it backwards through there, pulling it in and up. And let's do 3 more. So you're still pulling in the inner thighs. 2 more. And back. And then 1 more. You're going to stay right here. Just start to take your arms back behind you. And now you're going to reach your hands in front of your shoulders here. So try to find where your weight is if you can. You can like pull your toes up to the ceiling, putting even more weight back into your heels. And kind of test yourself to see how far you can go without letting go, pulling the core in. 2 more. Back. And let's do 1 more. Take your hands back, start to pulse your hands up again. Tiny pulses up through here. Neck is lengthening long. You should have no pressure in your neck if you can. You're just trying to like relax it. Really trying to connect behind your shoulder blades, inner thighs. Tiny pulses. And then hold your arms up. We're going to start to bend the elbows in and then press it all the way up. So you're going to bend and then press it out. So you're keeping the core in here. Just squeezing the ball, squeezing the inner thighs. And let's do 3 more. And 2 more. And 1 more. Press it back. You're going to start to lift your upper body all the way up. Do a nice big arm circle. Let's do 1 more. And then you're going to take your arms up to the ceiling. Slowly roll through the spine. You're going to make your way down onto the floor. And you're going to take your hands underneath your shoulders. Your knees are underneath your hips here. So you're going to flatten your feet down, shoulders are back. You're going to pull the core in, start to reach your right hand out in front of you, so you're lengthening out of that right arm, and you're going to drop it down. And let's switch, let's go over to the left arm, so you're reaching it out, and drop it down. So this is really about oblique stabilization here. You're going to try to keep your elbows soft, so you're not gripping into your, like hyperextending your elbow. We're still holding it in your muscles, not your joints. Reach out. And drop it down. Let's go over to the left. Reach it out. Drop it down. Now you're going to take your right hand out and you're going to hold it out through there. You're going to start to bend the elbow into your side and then reach out. I realized I did the opposite arm that's closest to you, but you're pulling it in here and then extending it out. So that's the position. So you're going to pull it in and then reach it out above your head. So your left elbow is back away from your ears, holding it back, all the way out. Good, let's do 2 more. And then up, and then last one. And then up, you're gonna drop that hand down in front of you. You're gonna kind of place your fingertips on the ground. You're gonna pull the abdominals in as you stretch out of that right arm. And then you're going to open up your chest, you're going to pull your shoulders back and hold this position. And then pull the abdominals in, you're really rounding through and reaching out of that right arm. And then open up your chest. Let's do 1 more round all the way up. So you're still squeezing the ball, think inner thighs, pelvic floor here. And then come back to center, pull that left shoulder back, and you're going to take your right hand behind you, start to do tiny pulses up through here. So tiny pulses up. Little pulses. So shoulders are back. And let's do 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. You're going to hold your hand up there. Start to bend the elbow. Press it back so your elbow stays into your side. And then just press it back there. So you're activating your tricep. Your shoulders are away from your ears. Press it back. And let's do 3 more. 2 more. And then 1 more. Good. And then you're going to drop it all the way down. Pull your shoulders back through here, round the abdominals all the way up. And then pull your body back to center through here. You're gonna start to extend your left arm out in front of you. And you're just gonna bend the elbow into your side and then extend it all the way out in front of your hip. So your shoulders are back, abdominals are in. You're gonna try not to shift your weight onto one knee. Try to think even knees here. The inner thighs are still engaging. And then all the way out. And let's do 3 more. And then out. 2 more. And then out. Last one. And then all the way out. And you're going to drop that hand down through there. You're going to round the abdominals all the way up, really pulling that left shoulder in towards your ear. And then you're going to open up your chest here, pull both shoulders back, open up the chest. Round it all the way up. So you're reaching out of that left side, pull the core in. And then open up your chest. Remind yourself the ball's still there, so still inner thigh. Abdominal connection here. Pull it all the way in. And then you're going to come back to center, roll that right shoulder back and take that left arm back behind you. Tiny pulses. So shoulders are back. Abdominals stay nice and in. Tiny pulses. Make sure you're still breathing through this. I want long, deep breaths. I don't want short. You're kind of taking like deep inhales and exhales. Keeping the navel pulled in towards your body. And then hold that arm up, start to bend your elbow, and then press it all the way back. So bending here, pressing it back. So tiny triceps here. We're not going into a full arm plank, so if anybody's triceps are burning, don't you worry. We're not going to hold the full plank today. Unless if you're joining me for the 30-minute. And let's do one more. Good. And then drop the arm down through here. Round the body all the way up, so you're pulling the core in. And then exhale, pull your shoulders all the way back. Let all the air out. And then pull the abdominals all the way in here. And then you're going to come back into a flat back. We're going to make our way onto our elbows. So you're going to make a triangle position here. You can go here if this feels a little bit better. I feel like having a triangle here allows your shoulders to kind of pull back. You're going to tuck your toes underneath. Squeeze the ball. You're going to start to hover your knees up and hold. And then drop the knees down. So you're pulling the abdominals in. Shoulders are back. You're just hovering your knees up and holding. And then drop it down. Let's do it again. So you're hovering up and holding. And drop it down. 2 more. Lift it up. Drop it down. Make sure the front of your body pulls your knees up through here. It's not just your hips. You're going to hold here. Tiny pulses in on the ball. I want you to think more abdominal than anything. Try to turn off the quads. Keep the abdominals in. Shoulders are back. And let's do 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Drop your knees down. Sit all the way out into a child's pose. You're going to stretch through your fingertips. And then you're going to shift your weight forward to where your hands are, now taking your hands further away from your body here. So we started kind of here underneath your shoulders. We're going to go forward here. Shoulders are back. Your toes are going to curl underneath, and we're going out into a modified plank here. Stretching through your body. Okay, abdominals stay in. You're going to dip your knees down to the floor and then press it out. So you're still squeezing through the inner thighs. Press out through the heels. Remind yourself your shoulders are pulled away from your ears. Dip and out. So very tiny here. Try to keep your nose kind of where your thumbs are if you can. Just a little bit more abdominal as you shift yourself forward. A little less into your shoulders. And let's do 1 more. All the way out. You're going to drop your knees down. Sit back into a child's pose. Stretch out of your arms. I didn't say it was going to be easier because we weren't doing planks, just different type of plank. All the way up through here. Good. You're going to roll through again. We're going to go back onto our forearms. We're going to take your legs out into a plank again, and your legs are going to shift over to the left. So both toes slightly over to the left, still squeezing the ball. You're going to dip your knees down and press it out. So really only your right knee is going to tap down to the floor, and then press it out. So you're still engaging the inner thighs. Reach it out. The ball acts as a really nice gauge to keep your hips in line with your knees so that your knees aren't internally rotating here. And out. And let's do 2 more. Shoulders are back. And 1 more. And then come all the way back to center. Slowly drop your knees down. Sit back into a child's pose. Stretch out through your arms again. And then we're going to roll through. We're going to go over to the other side. Back onto your forearms. Toes tuck underneath. Pressing yourself all the way out straight. Take your toes over to the right. Shoulders are back. You're going to dip your knees down. Sorry, not shifting. You're just dipping down. Just dip that left knee down. And then press it out. So you're squeezing your inner thighs. Try to really tap into the low abdominals here. Tap and out. So shoulders are nice and stabilized. You're trying not to sink down to the floor. We're staying lifted up in the chest. Whew, I'm out of breath. Trying to talk through this one, but slightly challenging. 2 more. And out. 1 more. And then come back to center. Drop the knees down. Sit all the way back into a child's pose. Whew. And now we're going to go into a side plank onto your elbows. So we're going to take your right elbow facing forward. We're going to take your knees over to the left. And we're going to be in this position. So you're going to go into like a goalpost position above your head. Pull your hips forward. Abdominals stay in and up. Okay. Goalpost lifting up through the core here. You're just going to pull your hips up. You're going to take that left hand up and over your head. So you're pulling your abdominals in, stretching out of the left side, and then pull your right shoulder back away from your ear. You're going to kind of pull this elbow in, go up and over, pulling the core in, and then dip it down. We're taking this really slow here, lifting it in and up, and then down. And let's do 2 more. Really pull the core in and down. And 1 more. And down here. We're going to hold your position here. We're going to twist down to the floor. You're going to twist kind of like scooping ice cream here, twisting down and open up the chest. So you're going like scoop, twisting, just rotating the upper body. Your lower half stays facing towards the side, pulling the abdominals in so it's belly button up. 3 more. And up. A lot of shoulder building here. 2 more. Not shoulder building, muscle engaging on the inside. 1 more. Shoulder stability. Good. And then we're going to twist down to the floor. You're going to take your left hand down. We're going to lift yourself up onto your right hand. And now your hips are still rotated over to the left. Shoulders are back, abdominals are in here. You're going to start to bend both elbows down and push it up. So you're really leading with that twist. Elbows stay in, abdominals stay pulled in. Let's do 3 more. And lift. 2 more. And lift. 1 more here. And lift. And you're going to face down to the floor into your child's pose. Extend your right hand all the way out. Take your left hand underneath. Get a nice twist over to the side. So you're stretching through here. Take a deep breath. And I'm going to face the other way so that you can see kind of direction and what it looks like from the back side. Squeeze your knees here. You're going to drop down onto your left elbow. You're going to open up into your goalpost position here, pulling this left shoulder away from your ear, squeezing the ball. You're going to lift up through here so your abdominals lift, and then you're going to drop it down very slightly. If the drop down feels like it's too much into your shoulder, just come back into this side plank right to about here. So you're just lifting it up. If you feel like you have a lot of strength happening there, a lot of mobility today, you can drop down very lightly. Lift it up. Drop it down. Let's do 2 more. Drop it down Drop it down, and now you're going to scoop this arm in. You're twisting down to the floor, so you're going like in a scoop here, and then opening it up, pulling the core in. Scooping down and twist. So my hips are staying stacked on top of each other. You're just twisting from the upper body. And lift. And let's do one more. And lift. And now as you twist down to the floor, you're going to walk yourself up onto your right arm and then your left arm. Your hips stay forward, shoulders stay back. And now we're going to bend your elbows. You're going to dip everything down and lift. So pulling the core in down to the floor and lift. Let's do 3 more. Lift. Good. 2 more. So your hips dip down with you as your elbows dip in. And 1 more. Awesome. Facing down to the floor. Take your left hand all the way out. Take your right hand underneath. Get a nice rotation over to the left. Stretch out through that left side of your body. And then we're going to stack yourself all the way up on top of your knees. I'm going to face you here. Give the ball a little squeeze. Oh, I got all the way over there. Lift up through the core. Reach your hands all the way up to the ceiling. We're going to go do a couple of arm circles here. Let's circle it around. Keep the core in. Let's do 1 more. And let's circle the opposite way. There's a lot of shoulder stability here. So we'll work through the shoulders a little bit. And then take both arms up over your head, pulling the core in here. Drop the left arm down to the side. You're going to go up and over as you start to pull your fingertips away from each other. And then use your abdominals to lift right back up. So you're kind of reaching your hands out on a diagonal. You're going up and over. Abdominals stay in. Pulling it in and up. Good. Reaching it out. And then you're thinking core pulls you in. Lifts up here. Up and over. And lift. And 1 more. Up and over. And lift. Take that arm all the way up to the ceiling. Let's drop down to the opposite side. And you're going up and over. You're pulling your hands apart. And then lifting up through the abdominals. So you're still squeezing your inner thighs. Your weight is in your left knee here as you dip over to the right. So you're trying to have like an oppositional pull in that knee going down to the floor. So you're not lifting up in that same direction. You're like reaching in 2 different directions. 2 more. Up and over. And lift. And last one. And lift. You're going to take this arm all the way up through here. Take your hands back behind your body. You're going to pull your hips over your heels, reaching your hands forward. Pressing your arms back as you lift it in and up here. You're hinging backwards, pulling the abdominals in. Lift it up. And let's do 3 more. And lift. 2 more. Should be really tapped into the core by now. Try to move using that core. And then 1 more. And then press it back. Nice. And we're going to take the ball from between your knees. We're going to flip your legs around. We're going to take your feet into parallel but slightly separate. You're going to take your prop right underneath your lower back. You can do this without also if you have the core stability to hang on here. I always prefer the prop. So if you can put something underneath there, it would be really great. Reach your hands out through here. You're pulling in the abdominals, so you're not trying to press down onto the ball. We're kind of lifting up off the ball, and you're strengthening, elongating up out of the chest. And let's go. Lift the right leg up, and then drop it down. Lift the left leg up here, and then drop it down. Good, and lift. I've also had some people reach out about cramping in the foot. So if you've noticed, I don't usually do like a very, very full pointed toe. I find that you want to kind of elongate, like as if your toes continue outwards. So you're kind of like feeling like they're continuously lengthening out through there rather than like a hard point and gripping in your toes. So try that if you're having any sort of like cramping in your toes here. And then drop it down. Good. Lift. Drop it down. And then lift to the left. Drop it down here. You're going to lower down an inch. And you're going to lift it up an inch. You're really tapping into the low abdominals here. Lift it up. Very tiny. If you're feeling your hip flexors aggravate, try to feel your heels pull into your glutes a little bit. Try to turn on behind your legs to kind of help you do this movement. You'll also feel how it like taps into the lower abdominals a little bit deeper. Let's do 2 more. Lift, 1 more. Lift up here and hold, and then you're gonna pull your shoulders back, take your right arm out to the side, pull it back to center. Take your right arm, left and right. We're gonna do both. I'm gonna scoot over just a tiny bit. Make sure you're alternating here, regardless of which one you started with. So just open it out, pull it in. And if it feels like you get out into a T and like you can't hang on to your abdominals, just take it out here. You can take it very tiny here. And then open it up, pull it back. Get back out to the left. Back in, try to relax your legs. We're still feeling the inner thighs pulling in your heels into your glutes, but trying not to put too much pressure onto your quads. 1 more. Back to center. Here, you're gonna lower down 1 inch, lift it up 1 inch, lower it down, and lift. So very tiny. Shoulders are back. Your abdominals should stay very, very active right now. And lift. And let's do 3 more. Lift. 2 more. How are we feeling? 1 more. Lift up and hold here. You're going to take your left arm, you're going to go up. You're going to circle it around. Come back to center. Lift the right arm up, circle it around. Back to center. If your circle is right here, that's totally fine too. Remember, we're trying to focus on the ab engagement here. So if you feel like it lets go and your lower back starts to take over, take the arm position a little bit smaller. Lift it up and over here. It really is full body movement here. Lift the right arm up, circle it around. Let's go left, circle it around. 1 more over to the right. Circle it around, come back to center here. You're gonna lower down 1 inch, lift it up 1 inch, very tiny, and lift. Shoulders are back, abdominals stay in, and lift. And let's do 3 more. Lift, 2 more, and lift. And 1 more. You're gonna lift up and hold. You're gonna lift your right knee up as your left arm goes out to the side, and drop it down. Let's switch. You're gonna go here, and drop it down. You're thinking abdominals, pull in and up, drop it down. Let's go over to the other side. Ooh, abdominals here. And lift, and lower. Really nice here. Let's do 1 more on each side. Opening that arm up, drop it down. Other side, drop it down. You're gonna lift up through here. Let's take a butterfly stretch. You can take your ball in front of you. Let's stretch out the hip flexors for a second. Reach the ball all the way out. You're gonna stretch through your chest. And then let's lift up and take the ball underneath your neck. So it's gonna go right in the nape of your neck here. If you have a pillow, anything there to kind of give yourself just a little bit of a prop. You can lay all the way down. Head is on the pillow. Let's take your hands back behind here, and then you're not gonna let your elbows drop all the way down to the floor. They're gonna lift slightly. Your knees are gonna be in tabletop here. So pulling the core in. Give yourself a little bit of that neutral pelvis if you can get there. If your lower back hurts, go into a little mini tuck. But you're gonna dip your right leg down, and then pull it in and up. And dip your opposite leg down, and lift. And if you feel like your core is not strong enough to kind of keep the opposite knee into tabletop, you can always keep one leg down here. You can always go here. Okay, so you'll still feel a lot of core work here. I'm gonna cue it in the tabletop and lift. But there's so many different variations, so if it hurts at all, go right into the modification. And then drop. Let's go 1 more over to the left. And then drop, and you're gonna open your knees out to the side, and now you're gonna dip your right leg down and lift. So kind of the same thing, but in like a slight external rotation here. You're pulling the core in. Very nicely done, keeping the core in here. Also trying to breathe from your ribs, trying to expand your ribs on your breath. How are we feeling? Pull it in. Drop it down. And lift. And let's go 1 more on each side. And then last one. And then you're gonna pull your knees back into tabletop here. You're just gonna start to extend your right leg up. You're gonna drop it all the way down to the floor, draw the knee in, and then reach it up to the ceiling. So also in this position, if you're feeling any hip flex or pain on the left side, you can drop it down, lengthen out through there, and really keeping a neutral pelvis, lifting that leg up. You'll still how it still taps into the core if you really elongate out of the spine. Drop it down. And lift. And let's do 2 more. And lift. And last one. And lift, and we're gonna reverse. You're gonna bend it in, stretch it all the way out. Lift that leg up. So full range of motion, stretching out through the hip and lift. Good. And you're also going to find your height of your leg. If you want to go here, you find that it's a little bit more controlled, a little bit more abdominal to lift your leg up a little bit higher. Find that position too. 2 more. And 1 more. Good. And then take that knee back into tabletop. Find your neutral pelvis again. You're going to go right over to the left leg. Take that left leg all the way up. Drop it down to the floor. Bend the knee in. Lift it all the way up. So full range of motion. Really nice. Can you feel the core moving here? Core engaging here as your leg moves. It's really trying to pull in. Trying not to pop it out as you drop it down. Trying to keep that spine straight. Let's do 2 more. And 1 more. And then reverse. You're going to bend the knee in, stretch out through your body, lift. It's a nice lengthening here. Should feel kind of nice. It's kind of a nice position to be in. My triceps are hurting as well, though if you can feel them kind of working there too. You're pulling your elbows in, holding that up. And let's do 1 more. Good. And then take your knee back into tabletop. You're going to open your knees out to the side here. I want you to actually hard flex your feet back. So you're pulling your core in. You're going to start to stretch your legs out straight. Start to draw your knees in. So I want you to feel like you're moving in both directions. Like there's someone kind of like pushing on your heels. So as you push it out, you're pushing through space, lengthening out through here. And same thing here, like there's resistance as you come in. So there's resistance in 2 different directions here. And let's do 3 more. 2 more. All the way out. And last one. Ooh. Awesome. Bend your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug here. We're going to take the ball from underneath your head. You're going to lay your head all the way flat, and then the ball's going to go behind your left knee, and you're going to give it a little squeeze. So both hands come back behind the head. You're going to curl up looking toward your abdominals. Take both knees into tabletop, but you're still squeezing here, so you're finding your neutral pelvis. You're going to start to extend your right leg all the way out. You're bending the knee in as you dip that left foot down to the floor. So you're doing a little switch here. And then placing your head into your arms, so you're relaxing your neck. You're keeping your spine straight. So it should be stable from your hips up to your head. And just your legs are pulling in and out. Even your tailbone's not tucking in any further. And keep breathing here. Let's do 2 more. 1 more. And now we're going to add a twist over to the left leg. So you're going to do a slight twist here and then come back. And I don't want to crunch here. I don't want to get this where you pull onto your neck. I want you to feel like you're rotating and you're trying to look past your left shoulder. So you're trying to go here, like you're stretching it out and back. And let's do 3 more. And 2 more. Ooh. And then last one. Twist. Okay. And come back to center. And then you're going to take the ball out from behind that left knee. You're going to take it on top of your left knee. Take your left hand pressing into the ball. So now this left shoulder is behind your ear. Both knees in tabletop, and your right hand comes behind your head. You're going to lift up straight towards your knees here. Just start to extend your right leg out. Bend the knee in. So now the only piece moving here is your right leg. Your right arm is behind your head. Your left shoulder is not straining here. It's really pulling away from your ear. Your neck is pressing into your right hand. And let's do 2 more. And then 1 more. And now you're gonna do a slight twist, rotation over to the left. You're gonna rotate here, same thing, like you're trying to look past your left shoulder. So you're trying to twist and then back to center. And let's do 3 more. 2 more. And 1 more. Ooh. Back to center. Pull your knees into your chest, give yourself a hug here. Rock your hips side to side. We're gonna go right over onto the other side, so taking the ball behind your right knee, hands behind your head, curl up looking towards your abdominals, and then take that left knee into tabletop. Remember, find your neutral pelvis, head presses into your hands here, and you're gonna start to extend that left leg out, bend the knee in as you tap that right toe down. So you're stretching it out. Hello, abs. And then don't do what I just did. Try to make sure that you almost feel like you have like an egg right underneath your neck and you're trying not to squash it. So you're trying to like lightly place it there. Trying to still stay open up in the chest. And then in. And let's do 2 more. And then we're gonna add the rotation over to the right. You're gonna twist, look past your right shoulder, come back to center. So the legs do the same thing, just the upper body rotates back to center. Twist, and back. And let's do 3 more. Back, 2 more. Back, last one. And back. Lower the head down, grab onto the ball. The ball now goes on top of your right knee. Push it in with your right hand, drop that right shoulder. Left hand comes behind your head. Curl up through here. How are we feeling? This is the last little bit here. Shoulders are back. Start to reach that left leg out. Bend it in, extend it out, and bend it in. Really nice. If you're feeling any lower back pain here, add a little tuck in your pelvis. It's a lot, so take a break if you need it. And keep breathing here. 2 more. 1 more. And now add a twist over to the right, slight rotation to the right, back to center. You're rotating over to the right, looking past your right shoulder. Let's do 3 more. 2 more. And 1 more. Ooh. And then pull your knees into your chest. Amazing. All right, take the ball between your knees. Take your feet together. We're going into a slight diamond position. We're going to do some rolling like a ball here, stretching out of your spine. Start to build some momentum. And then we're going to lift up. Hold it here. Pull the abdominals in. You're going to slowly start to scoop and roll back. And then let's lift up and hold. Scoop and roll. And then let's lift. Trying to work through every vertebrae here. And lift. Let's do 1 more. Scoop and roll it back. Lifting it in and up. And then slowly start to drop your feet down. Scoot yourself backwards here so you have a little bit of space between your ankles and your glutes, because we're going to do some roll downs. You're going to start lifting up through here. Give the ball a slight squeeze. You're going to scoop and roll down 1 vertebrae at a time. Slowly rolling through the spine. Take your hands all the way up over your head. Pull the chin in. Slowly start to lift all the way back up. If you're pregnant, maybe don't go all the way down. Just scoop and roll through here. Lift it up. So you're just going to dip down very lightly and lift. Okay, and scoop and roll all the way down. Peel through the spine. Take your hands all the way up. Let's lift all the way up through here. Holy abs. I think we should do some bridging after this to stretch it out. Let's do 1 more, all the way up. Reach out through your fingertips. And then let's lift all the way back up. Awesome. Okay, let's take the ball underneath your heels. So you're going to try not to go into like a really high heel here because you'll cramp. So take your heels slightly towards the edge. Toes are apart. Your heels are not really together, maybe just a couple inches apart. We're going to roll all the way down. So you're going to kind of get into this position. It's a little bit of a tricky position to get into. You can also drop your heels all the way down to the floor without the ball. But take your arms out into a T. And then you're going to drop your shoulders down. Slowly start to articulate your spine all the way up. You're going to lift your hips all the way up high. Stretch out through the top of your neck, and then press into your toes here, and then scoop and roll down one vertebrae at a time. So really rolling through every little vertebrae here. And let's lift up again, pulling the abdominals, lifting all the way up out of the chest, stretching through your spine, and then scoop and roll all the way down, peeling through every little vertebrae. Let's go again. Let's lift all the way up. So you're going to stay lifted through here. As you squeeze your hands above your head, your hips are going to flat back, dip down to the floor. You're going to open up your chest as you lift. So you're going to dip it down, squeezing the hands together, opening it up. As you squeeze your hands together, try not to collapse in the chest. So you're keeping your chest nice and open, really tapping into the low abdominals to support your body here. And lift. And let's do 3 more. And lift. 2 more. Tap. And lift. And then 1 more. We're going to lift it all the way up. Take your hands all the way up over your head and then stretch through your fingertips. You're going to scoop and roll down 1 vertebrae at a time. And then I want you to drop your hands down by your side. We're going to slowly start to articulate the spine all the way up. Keep your chest nice and open. From here, I want you to squeeze your knees together and then open your knees out wide. So you're keeping your core in, your neck stays long. It's just tiny squeezes. You're thinking inner thigh, pelvic floor. You're getting kind of this like wrap happening in your glutes. Open it up and squeeze and open. Still stretching out of your neck. Let's do 3 more. And 2 more. And then 1 more. You're going to squeeze. Open your knees up here. Scoop and roll all the way down. 1 vertebrae at a time. Pull your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little rock side to side. All right, okay. Awesome. And let's lift up through here. We're going to lay down onto your side. I'm going to start by laying down onto my left side. Give the ball a little squeeze. You're going to lay all the way flat, stretching out through your legs here, pulling the core in and up. You're going to start to hover your legs up here and hold, and then drop it down. So you're lifting your core up in towards your spine, and then dropping it down. You're trying to lead with kind of like this wrapped transverse abdominis muscle that's kind of pulling you in and up. And your bottom leg is pressing into the ball to lift your top leg up. And then drop it down. And let's do 3 more. And drop it down. 2 more here. Drop it down. Let's do 1 more. Lift. Drop it down. And now you're going to prop yourself up onto your left elbow here. You're going to lift up in the abdominals, and I want you to take your right hand. You're going to twist and turn down to the floor. So you're going to stretch out through here. So like your legs are straight, but your upper body is twisted this way. You're going to roll back. Take this right arm up and over. You're going to bend your knees in this position. You're going to stretch out through your legs as you reach that right arm up, and then you're going to twist down to the floor. So you're going up and back, bend it in, stretch out through your legs, and twist. If the twist is too much, you can also just end here. So you're rotating down to the floor. Bend the knees in, pull the knees in this way, bend it in, stretch the arm out, and twist. Let's do 2 more. Pull the knees in, stretch it out, twist. 1 more. Bend the knees in, stretch it out, and twist. And now you're just going to do the arms. You're going up, tap it over here, keeping the core in, and then twist. So still stretching out of your legs. Really pulling in and up out of the core, so this is lifting up off the ground, and twist. Let's do 3 more, and twist. 2 more, and twist, and 1 more, and twist. Awesome, so good. I'm gonna flip over, we're gonna go right into the other side. You can roll over onto the other side if that feels more comfortable. We're going to stretch out through here, still squeezing the ball, dropping your head all the way down so you can relax your head there. This top arm is just kind of lightly tapping down to the floor, pulling your abdominals in and up. You're going to start to hover your legs up and hold, and then drop it down. So pulling the abdominals in, lifting up and hold, and drop it down. It's a lot of inner thigh work here. Your outer thighs are still working. This whole area here is kind of pulling in and up, lifting and lower. So this is just a great way to kind of connect into the core with this movement. Drop it down. Let's do one more. Lift and lower, and then you're going to start to pop yourself up onto your right elbow. Here's a good check-in here. Make sure you're lifting in and up. Left arm goes up, rotates down to the floor. You're going to pull your knees in. You're opening up your chest. You're going here, pull the knees in. You're stretching out through your legs. Oh, I got stuck. And then rotate there. So it's a nice rotation in your core. You're pulling your knees in with your core, stretching them all the way out long. And twist. Pulling it in. Going right here. Stretching it out. And twist. And you want to kind of combine the movements. So the twist and the knees pull in at the same time, trying to keep a flat back. You're stretching as you're lifting up and over. And twist. And let's do one more. Pull the knees in, stretching it out, and twist here, and now just the arms. Make sure before you start, you're lifting up through here. You're going up, tap, lift up, and twist. So it should be a very active abdominal workout here. Really stretching through the arms, keeping the core in, up and over. Two more. And then up and over. And one more. And then up and over. Nice. Awesome. All right, let's take the ball out from here. How are we doing here on timing? Okay. I think we can do a little bit of side leg stuff. I'd love to get into a little bit there. Let's flip back over to the opposite side. Take your bottom foot on top of the ball. So your left foot is on the ball. We're going to lay all the way flat down again. Squeezing your heels together. I want you to stretch out through your legs. Feel your abdominals lifting up off the ground. Ooh, find that stability there. Pulling in the core and dropping your head down. You're going to point that top leg up, and then you're going to flex it, drop it down. So you're pointing it to lift, flex to drop it down. So you're pulling your abdominals in. And I want you to feel your lengthen happening on your right side of your body. So when you start to drop that down, you'll feel that it kind of starts to get into a little bit of your shin area there. I want you to stretch out through that leg and then drop it down. You feel a little bit more glute that way. Point the toe up, flex it down. Let's do two more. Flex it down and then one more. And flex it down, and you're going to reverse. You're going to flex the foot up, point the toe, and stretch it down. Keeping the core in, stretch it down. Flex it up, point it down. Let's do two more. So the bottom leg is still active and kind of stretching out. It's not really pressing too far down onto the ball, but it's adding a little bit of pressure down there. And then you're going to start to do little circles. So you're going to open that leg up, keeping the core in here. Tiny circles. Let's do three more. Two more. And one more here. And let's reverse the circles. So you're going to go back to front. Ooh, keep the core in. Remind yourself that it's equal core and glute here. Three more. Two more here. And then last one. And then you're going to drop that foot in front. Give it a little pull to stretch out in your hip first. You can tap on that hip. And then you're going to walk that foot slightly closer towards your foot. You're going to prop yourself up onto your left elbow here. We're going to lift in and up, stretch out through that bottom leg. The key here is to try not to hold this leg inwards. You're trying to really stretch out through that bottom hip. Open that top arm up to the ceiling. You're going to fold your right arm underneath your left arm. You're going to get a nice little twist here. And then you're going to open up towards the ceiling. If you can rotate up to the ceiling, great. If it feels like it doesn't feel comfortable for you, you can also just go back out to the side. So really feel your body in this position where you want to be. Let's do two more. All the way up. And one more. And all the way up. So nice. Amazing. Let's dip down here and then flip over to the other side. Feels like such a good twist. I feel like it pops out so much, like so many little lactic acid that gets stuck in my back. Build up, always. All right, let's lay all the way down. Drop your head onto your right arm. Extend through your legs, lifting up in the core here, dropping your head down nicely, and then stretching now through that top leg. You're gonna point the toe up, flex the foot down, point it up, flex it down. I'm trying to pull my ribs, and I realized I was like going here to try to see all of you over there. But pull the core in, point, and flex. And let's do 2 more. Flex, 1 more, and flex. Now we're in reverse. You're flexing the foot up, pointing the toe down, stretching through that whole side. And let's do 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Point it. We're going to go into tiny circles. You're going to lift it up and around. Trying not to move in the upper body. Keeping the core in here. Makes a big difference with that bottom leg up on a ball here to create that little instability here. Whew. 1 more. And around. And then reverse. 3 more. Remind yourself, core in, 2 more. And 1 more. And then take that leg in front. Give it a little pull first. You're going to really stretch out on that hip. And then you're going to walk that foot kind of a little bit further away from your chest towards your heel. Prop yourself up onto this right elbow here. And we're going to hover up, lengthen up through here, start to reach that top arm up, pulling in the core. And you're going to twist down to the floor. Open that arm up to the ceiling. Twist it down to the floor. Open it up. 3 more. Twist. Open it up. 2 more. And up. And last one. And all the way up. Ooh, nice. Drop your head down. Got a couple minutes to stretch here. Let's take your prop off to the side. I'm going to have you lay all the way down. It's coming back. Okay, take your right knee into your chest. You're going to cross your right foot past your left side of your body. Pull everything in towards your body here. And you're pressing your right hip down to the floor so you're getting a nice piriformis stretch. Keeping the abdominals in. And then we're going to cross your left hand over your right knee. Twist over to the side. You're going to look over towards your right. And let's drop that leg down. Let's go right over to the other side. So take your left knee into your chest. Cross your left foot over to your right. Give it a nice pull into your body as you're actively pressing the left hip down. And cross your right hand past your left knee. Give a nice twist over to the left. And then you're going to flip over. You're going to take your feet underneath your hips. Just keep your knees very soft. Grab onto your elbows here. Let your head hang all the way down. You're going to nod your head yes. Shake your head no. Reach your arms down to the floor. You're going to slowly start to pull the abdominals in. Roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. Lift all the way up and you're going to roll your shoulders back. And we're all done. Great job. Feel great. I hope all of you feel great too. I am heading over in 7 minutes to Energy website. It's energylife_. It's going to be a 30-minute with like half prop. We'll be doing all different things. So if anybody wants to join me over there, I'm going to sit here and finish some coffee. I am trying to stick to 1 cup and I'm like nursing it, but I have so much more. Anyway, let me know if anybody has any questions. I hope everybody feels great. I did add some new links to some balls. I don't know if I mentioned that at the beginning. If anybody wants to grab onto that, I know Amazon's been a little tricky with like non-essential deliveries. Yeah, so if anybody wants to do an hour and a half, head on over to Energy Life and I'll see you there. Love you all. Thank you so much for joining. I'll post schedule for the weekend. I think tomorrow what's tomorrow? Friday, I think there's nothing tomorrow. Saturday is back to 10 a.m. So thank you. Bye.